J.L. Collins is an investor and retired businessman who has researched and practiced the principle outlined in his book, The Simple Path to Wealth, for years. He is also a well-known blogger and writer who is well known for his straightforward and practical approach to investing and personal finance. His experience and knowledge gained on his journey to financial independence form the basis of his book. The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins is a comprehensive guide to personal finance and investing that provides a simple and straightforward investment strategy for achieving financial independence through saving, investing, and living below one's means. The Simple Path to Wealth was written by J.L. Collins for people who just want to know, what shall I do? Because at the end of the day, virtually no one is interested in becoming a financial expert, but almost everybody wants financial freedom and security. Welcome to the Taurus Treasury, my channel. Watch the entire video to learn more about J.L. Collins, The Simple Path to Wealth. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, click the bell notification, and like them so you don't miss out on any opportunities. Always spend less money than you earn. If your lifestyle matches, or God forbid exceeds, your income, you are no more than a gilded slave, Collins says. He refers to Mike Tyson, one of the greatest boxers in history, who earned more than $300 million, yet still wound up bankrupt. You probably also know someone who should have more than enough money but somehow constantly complains about how much work they have to do. Symptom of wearing golden handcuffs. According to Collins, you own the things you own, and they in turn own you. Our possessions necessitate significant mental and financial maintenance, and over time, that takes a toll on us. The book doesn't have a major segment about budgeting, cutting back on lats, or rearranging credit card rates. Collins merely makes an appeal to common sense. With a few straightforward calculations, anyone can approximate their spending and know how much they spend. Making sure there is a positive difference between the two and keeping it that way is the first step in building wealth. There are two benefits to having a high savings rate, according to Collins. You learn to live on less even as you have more to invest. Collins does not live extravagantly. He never even had a payment card. He gets to choose who he works with and how he spends his time in return. Collins recommends that you aim for a savings rate of 50% of your income. From the second you make an overabundance, intend to spend short of what you acquire. Get out of debt as fast as you can, and stay there. Debt can be approached in a number of different ways. Some experts say it can be a useful tool. Others recommend you should move away from it to the furthest extent that you would be able. Collins leaned more toward the latter point of view. He states in his writing, carrying debt is as appealing as being covered with leeches and has much the same effect. Therefore, you should pay off any debts you have, as soon as possible. The surplus you can put into the stock market each month will begin to increase as soon as you are debt-free. Collins also discusses three types of debt that we typically consider good debt, or money borrowed for productive ends: business loans, student loans, and mortgage loans. The first kind needs to be handled very carefully. The second shouldn't even be allowed to exist because it only drives up the cost of education and forces people into jobs they wouldn't want to do for years after they graduate. With respect to the third, Collins proposes purchasing the least house to meet your needs rather than the most house you can technically afford. He thinks of house like apples, something you can buy in any quantity, but the more of it you buy, it will hamper you financially for more and more years. Try to maintain your debt-free status if it is still there. If you have debt, try to pay it off as soon as possible before focusing on increasing your wealth. Invest most of your savings into index funds until you're financially free. In some cases, hate belaboring the same point over and over again. However, it is in endless finance books, which is as it should be. Index funds, and more index funds. Collins is no special case. He, as well, is important for the large crowd of finance experts, making investments in index funds the backbone of their wealth-building strategy. Collins suggests either the VTI or the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, which trades under the ticker symbol VTSX. According to him, you should put all of your investments into this vehicle that tracks all US stocks as long as you are in the wealth accumulation stage, in which you are attempting to grow a nest egg that is 25 times the size of your annual expenses. This will be much, much harder than you think, Collins reminds us. Regardless of whether you robotize your regularly scheduled installments to your specialist, during market crashes, people all around you will panic. The news media will be screaming sell, sell, and sell. But if you keep going, you will probably succeed. By and large, the financial exchange has consistently worked out for the people who favor it long enough. When you arrive at your portfolio objective, say $1 million, you can securely withdraw 3 to 7% every year while as yet developing your resources, Collins claims, depending on the 4% rule tried by a famous study. Now, all you have to do is take advantage of your newfound freedom. Avoid debt by investing the surplus and spending less than you earn. That, in a nutshell, is the straightforward path to wealth, and I hope you can follow it all the way to the end. What impact did this book have on our lives? One of the first books we read when we first learned about financial independence was The Simple Path to Wealth. Through the company's ESPP program, which allowed us to purchase shares at a discount, we had previously been heavily invested in individual stocks. However, this book taught us the dangers of not diversifying our portfolio and putting all of our eggs in one basket. As a result, we sold the majority of our stock and switched to index funds. We also gained the confidence to invest in the stock market as a whole thanks to this book. Since we began putting resources into record assets in 2017, we have not looked back and have been appreciating literal profits from our investments. We decided to diversify our portfolio by purchasing real estate in addition to investing in index funds. We were able to diversify our investments beyond the stock market as a result of this. Although real estate offers a different kind of return, it is not as passive as the stock market. The return on real estate investments is in the form of rent, not dividends. In addition, the return on investment, rent, is typically higher than that of dividends. Even though the principal investment, purchase price, may not grow as rapidly as dividends, the return on investment is generally high. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions regarding this, let us know in the comments section. Like and subscribe the video, and don't forget to hit the bell button.